What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 45, I believe, of Off The Dribble. It's been approximately a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since we've released an episode. Me and Aashrith have been a little busy. Aashrith's dumbass had a concussion for the past week, but he's good now. But for this episode, we're gonna go through the playoffs, the play-in games. Exciting time for basketball again. So we'll start off with the first game tomorrow, which is Hawks Magic.
Dude, low key, they should just cancel the Eastern Conference play-in. We don't need to watch this shit, bro. Like, I'm not watching this game tomorrow.
I'm not watching this
Like,
game either. I'll watch
like,
the Warriors game. I won't watch this.
yeah, I'll watch the Warriors game for sure, but I'm not watching Hawks Magic. If I had to make a pick, I guess the Magic.
Nah,
Like,
I'm gonna take the Hawks.
you think so?
Yeah, the Magic are low-key. They've been so mid. They started off good, then when Paulo came back, they haven't been playing well. Paulo has been he's been regressing the whole season. His efficiency is down. Franz hasn't been playing well either. They're still dealing with injuries. They don't have their full team. I don't
Let me
think
look
that
at the Hawks' recent stretch, because I feel like
they have a pretty good recent. They were on a
they beat the Magic yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Magic beat them a week ago.
They were on a 3-game win streak before they ended. They had a good win against the Bucks. Really good win against the Bucks a while ago. They beat the Sixers. They beat the Nets.
The Sixers is not a win.
Yeah, the Sixers aren't a win. It's concerning that they lost to the Blazers. I mean, the Blazers are a sneaky, decent team.
Yeah, I'm sure you would say that.
Yeah. We don't have to bring that up.
It's concerning that they lost to the Mavericks low key. But
yeah.
Actually no, they had 80. It's fine.
But
Dude,
I mean,
whatever.
I'm trusting Trey in these type of situations.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why are we trusting Trey in these type of situations?
I mean, when Trey plays in the playoffs, when he plays in these kind of games, he performs well. The Knicks series was all him, 2-3 years ago.
The last time Trey played well in a playoff series, I was a freshman in college. I'm about to graduate next month.
He didn't make the playoffs last season.
Yeah. The year before that, he stunk against the Heat.
Okay, that's whatever.
And the year before that, sophomore replay, he didn't make the playoffs. Or no. Hold on.
Do you think if they had Jalen Johnson, they would maybe be a 6 seed or something?
Pistons are too good, but
they're only 4 games back from the Pistons, in the standings. So if they had Jalen Johnson, yeah.
Oh, maybe then. I mean, I don't know, bro. They'd be above the Magic for sure, and I contradicting to beat the Magic.
Yeah,
but
I was very high on the Magic going into this season.
Yeah, I mean, we all were, right? They started off pretty well. We're I think Paolo and Franz opened the season on a heater, and then as soon as Paolo went down first with that oblique,
and then Franz went down with the same exact shit.
Yeah.
Paolo dropped 53, 30, 40, his first 3 or 4 games this season. And his 6th game, he got hurt, and then he came back, and then it hasn't really been the same this season.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't really care about this game. I mean, it's who wants to lose to Boston?
Yeah, it's whoever wants to keep their season alive for another 4 games.
I want the Hawks to lose so that they can beat the Heat or Bulls and play the Cavs, because I think the Hawks are 3-1 or 2-2 against the Cavs this season. So at least there's an upset chance for a game.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we don't need to spend too much time on this game. I don't particularly care too much.
Yeah, I think we move on to the next game, which is probably the most looking forward to game that people want to see, is the Grizzlies versus Warriors. Yeah. What's your take on this? Warriors -7. That's a crazy line, low key.
I like the Grizzlies to cover, the Warriors to win, I think. Yeah. But last game was such a heartbreaker for them. I hope they bounce back, because I mean, Steph missed that wide. I don't know if you watched the game. I watched the fourth quarter and overtime because my roommate is a Warriors fan. But Steph missed a wide open layup. Steph was insane 4 quarter and overtime, but he missed a wide open layup against Draymond. Draymond then misses his own wide open layup. And then James Harden coming up clutch at the end of the game is not something we say too often, but 2 big step back threes to push the game away. If Kawhi's playing like this and Harden's playing like this, we can discuss the Clippers later, but they're scary too.
The Clippers are a sneaky team, but I think the Warriors take this. But overall, I do think the Grizzlies end up getting that 8th seed.
Yeah. I mean, again, these next two games are also irrelevant, bro. Like this is my issue with the play-in tournament. I think like I think it should only be in effect if like if there's like a 3 game difference between the 9 seed and the 8 seed.
Or
Like
like I think like if they should put like a limit on how like for example if like a 48 win team is like a 10 seed, like they should be like okay, like if you're winning 48 games of the season, you're still a 10 seed in the Western Conference, like then you could do the play in. But like if you're like a for example in the East, like the Bulls are
bro,
37 the Heat are 37 and 45.
the
Like
Heat are
compare and then
trying to lose basketball games.
you
Like
compare that to like okay, the Mavs aren't like that much better, 39 and 43, but they were like completely injured the whole season. They don't have anybody like
yeah,
and just like
like
the standings wise, you go from 4 to 10, it's separate for 4 to 8 is separated with 2 games, and then from 8 to 10 is separated within like a game back between the Kings and the Mavs.
yeah. I don't know. Like we don't like if it ends up being Warriors Grizzlies, like we knew it's gonna be that. If it ends up being like Warriors like
Mavs.
Mavs, then like the Grizzlies got hoed.
Yeah.
Like they didn't deserve to not make the playoffs. Like I don't know,
And then
but
whoever does get that 80, they're gonna lose in like probably 5 games anyways.
yeah.
Like
Um,
same kind of
I
situation.
guess we can talk about this game too. But I think like Loki, if we're talking about just purely a basketball game, I think this game is actually pretty hype.
Yeah.
Like I like the Bulls a lot in terms of
Mhm.
like just like having fun, like playing basketball. Like Josh Giddey's like really stepped his game up this season, especially since January. He's been shooting 48% from three, which is like if he could only if he could do that in Thunder. But like he's found a shot, he found a new home for himself. I'm really happy for him. Averaging like almost like a 16, 17 point triple double since
Yeah.
January. It's pretty impressive. Kobe White's been shooting the shit out of the ball.
Bazelis
You
is
have Bazel's playing well. Herder's even playing like all right. Like if only they made that move to get rid of Vucevic so we could see more Jalen Smith. But like besides that, like I like the Bulls in this game. I like them because the Heat don't play winning basketball. I mean, I know the Heat are actually playing well, like the last half of March into April, but um, I think the Bulls. I think they don't really have anyone that can stop Giddy, which is a crazy
yeah.
thing to say. They don't have anyone that can stop Kobe White, and I know the Heat have Bam, but I haven't really seen Bam take that next step offensively like I thought he would. So
He's
I
honestly
like the
gotten worse
Bulls.
offensively this season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, so disappointing.
Yeah, you were like you were very high on him, bro. You were because we thought he got like a jump shot. We thought okay, he's gonna expand his range, go out on the perimeter a little. I mean, like he can't even make a jump shot anymore.
I've given up, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if it's just like coaching or like what, but like it's just like it's just sad to watch. Free Tyler Hero.
on God, Tyler Hero deserves a lot better. But
Yeah.
I think we can move on to the next game, which is Mavs Kings. I have the Kings in this. I think
You
they're the
think
best.
so?
Yeah, I think the Kings are the better team, like roster wise from start to bottom. The Mavs aren't healthy. Even if like AD goes off, like you still have Sabonis on the other side. You have Zach LaVine. You have DeMar DeRozan. Like you have like a bunch of stars too that can go out there and get buckets in games that matter. And this is a game that mattered for them. So I think they'll end up getting at least moving on to the second playing game.
Grizzlies Kings would be kind of interesting,
Grizzlies Kings will
but
be interesting.
I first initial thought I really like the Mavs just purely because of AD,
Yeah,
but I low-key don't know who else on the Mavs is good right now. Like I'll try to think. Like Clay hasn't been good. Like Lively and Gafford isn't playing. Lively can only do so much without Luca.
yeah,
Like
exactly. Gafford's the same exact thing. Like he's uh,
is Jaden Hardy back?
I think he did come back. Let's check.
Let's look at the Mavericks last game. This is actually terrible. Um, PJ Washington. Oh, Najee Marshall. That's all. I knew there's someone. Najee Marshall and Max Christie have actually
Yeah,
been playing pretty well.
Jaden Hardy did play.
Yeah,
Don't
but
forget about my
Najee
boy Kai
Marshall,
Jones.
yeah,
Don't forget about Kai Jones.
he gets minutes.
Yeah,
Oh
26
my
minutes a
god.
game. 26 minutes last game. I mean, it was a
Oh my
blowout, so
god.
like he probably played like 10 minutes in garbage time, but that's still like 16 minutes of actual like game time.
Oh my god. That's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna base it on this Raptors game. It's what I think the rotation gonna look like. I think. Ooh, cause I saw, dude, I was really bored of watching basketball. I was watching like random Mavericks hoops, and I watched Najee Marshall put up 30 one game like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sold, bro. I'm not gonna
Exactly.
lie. I think he's nice.
Pat
So
Connaughton dropped 42 the other day or yesterday.
crazy, but like I really want to pick the Mavs. 'Cause I like AD so much. I'm gonna pick the Mavs because
They still have Max Christie. We're forgetting about him.
I think AD can get him a game.
A game. You think so?
Yeah, and then they get smoked by the Grizzlies. But
Yeah. But like
I think
I
AD can
still
get him.
think like the Kings they have they have a roster. Like if you really
Who's their
look
point
at it,
guard?
who starts at point guard for them? Keon Ellis?
I think Keon
Yeah.
Ellis.
He's not like he's a more of a defensive guard. It's like that's his role isn't to like set up an offense or anything like that. That's my thing. Like having Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, like if you actually I watch Kings games every now and then. It's a lot of ISO basketball. Like that's what they do.
Yeah,
So, but I just think that because they have both of them, I think just it'll be better. They have more star power on their team. AD's been playing. He had a triple double, I think, recently when he played. Yeah, against the Mavs.
almost a quad.
Yeah. So like he's playing amazing, but I just think that I don't know if like you're gonna get the same kind of like is PJ Washington gonna do what he did in the playoffs last year? Like are you gonna get that for a game? Is Najee Marshall gonna maybe drop 30 points again? Like it's like a bunch of like possibilities. So it's nothing set in stone. So you don't know.
We just spent 10 minutes on Mavs Kings. All right. So who do you have 7-8 on both sides?
Okay, so on the East, I have the Hawks and the Bulls, and then in
Hawks
the
and the
West, I have
Bulls.
Hawks and Bulls.
Oh, okay. You have the Magic crashing out.
Yeah, Magic are done.
Okay.
They're done for.
Okay.
Then I have the Warriors and Grizzlies.
Okay, that makes sense. I think Warriors Grizzlies is pretty safe.
Yeah.
Ooh, you kind of sold me on the Hawks. I'll take the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'll copy you. I'll take Hawks and Bulls.
Bet that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think those are good picks.
yeah. I think they're good picks too. Imagine the Heat just picked the 8 seed. That'd be terrible.
Like they always do.
Yeah, be awful. But
That'd be
now
actually
onto the good content.
yes, the great content. So we can start off with you want to start off the Eastern Conference just because
Yeah. Let's run Knicks
Pistons.
Pistons.
This in my opinion is gonna be the best series from the East, like hands down. I think if there's this is a very upset possibility here. Like I very much do think the Pistons can give the Knicks trouble.
Yeah, at this point, like I haven't seen anyone pick the Knicks, bro. Is it this point? Is it even an upset? Like,
it would be an upset if the Pistons lost. I think.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna take the Pistons. I think they had the best player on the floor.
Yep.
Like a year ago, that would have been a crazy hot take. I think that's pretty standard right now. I think Cade's the best player on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think, although the Knicks might have the next 5 best players, though. That is the issue. Like,
you see, I would have been a lot more confident in the Pistons if Jaden Ivey was playing.
100%.
Yeah, but like they don't have a secondary. Like they don't have like another like go to Malik Beasley, like amazing, like second and threes, but he doesn't have like a pull up dribble or like off the dribble moves. Like he's just like a catch and shoot kind of player. That's what he does most of the time. You don't have somebody that can like, put the ball on the floor, get you a bucket when you need to, when like you're down 5 and you need an ISO bucket. Other than Cade, I mean, I was talking to someone and the point they brought up was like Tibbs is probably gonna throw like 3 or 4 defenders at Cade every single time. That's probably what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. But if you do that, you're leaving Malik Beasley open in the corner.
Might be a bad take. I really think Tobias Harris is the X factor here, because like he's been solid this year, like better than Paul George, which isn't saying much, but like he's been super solid. I think he might be that go-to guy. Another guy I think could be an X factor for them is Dennis Schroeder, because like I don't think he's been good at all with them, but he has that ability to put the ball on the floor, create a look. He has some playoff experience, at least with us and with the Lakers. So I think like there's something there. The issue is Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what might screw him up, because I think Asar is about to put Jalen Brunson in jail.
Yeah.
Like I think like people underrate Asar defensively because of how good Amen's been, but Asar might be better at defense, like honestly. And
Jalen realize also Asar is also he's been on a minute restriction like majority of the season.
Yeah.
That
guy's so good at defense. He has nothing on offense yet, but like he'll clamp you up. And so I think Cat's gonna have a huge role to play. And Dude, a Jalen Duren Cat matchup could look a little messy for the Pistons.
Yeah, because
That might be a bit
Jalen
messy.
Duren, in my opinion, is like one of the worst defending big men in the league. That man cannot play defense. He's an actual cone. You'll have
No.
Isaiah Stewart that'll come out there, probably pick up 3 or 4 fouls in like 5 minutes, and then like who are you bringing into the game at that point?
Bro, if Isaiah Stewart played, he's actually pretty good at basketball.
He's like
But like,
he gives you that energy, kind of like that defense is there. But like the thing is, he doesn't play.
did you know he's a top recruit out of high school for his class?
Really?
Yeah, #1 in the country. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Now he's just a bully.
Yeah, it's crazy how like the like roles of people like change from like high school to college and in the NBA. Like you go from like Patrick Beverly go from averaging like 36 a game in high school to being like a 3-and-D kind of player for like a mediocre team.
So crazy. But I think if you're gonna make picks, I like the Pistons in 7 in the series. I'd be shocked if it doesn't go 7. Like it's two like very even teams in my opinion. But what I think takes it a bit over the top is the Pistons' depth. Like you have players like Tobias, like Dennis Schroeder, like Ron Holland, who like hopefully will play up to his billing. And if Tibbs continues to play 6 people, like they're gonna get gassed and hurt by game 6, and then it's gonna be messy. So I like the Pistons to like a close fought 7-game series than elite basketball. I hope.
I agree. Then also the Knicks defense, it's another concern. Like they can't really guard a simple pick and roll, which is a little scary. And that's gonna Cade works beautifully in pick and roll situations. That's what he thrives on. So they're gonna have a lot of trouble guarding that. So we'll see what Tibbs has in store. But like you said, if they do play 6 to 7 people for a 7-game series, even if they do come out of that series, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win in the second round.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think moving on to the next series in the Eastern Conference, another interesting one is Bucks Pacers. This is also going to be a really interesting series. Are we assuming Dame isn't going to be playing?
That's what I was looking up right now. I was trying to see if there's any sort of update. I'm not seeing any positive update.
Okay.
Oh, there is. Okay, Shams. There is optimism that Damian Lillard will be cleared at some point before the playoffs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so we can do 2 predictions. We can assume that Dame's there, Dame's not.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume he might be back mid-series.
Mid-series? I still think like even if you're back mid-series, like if you're down 2-0, yeah. Because the Pacers you saw last season too. Like they take advantage when teams go down with injuries. They take advantage when stuff like that happens. Like that's kind of how they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I feel like if they're down Dame, like I mean Giannis can go ahead and drop 35 and 15 every game, but they're not going to be able to hang with Hallie. Like that team overall is just they have a lot of people that can score. Siakam has been like pretty good this season. Miles Turner. Defensively, we both know he is not a good defender anymore, but he's a pretty good 3-point shooter. He has a decent mid range. He's a good big man for them. And then you have obviously Tyrese Halliburton. He hasn't had a great season, but he's picked it up from like early April.
Second half, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, second half, starting like mid-February, I would say.
Yeah. He's been sensational since like All-Star break.
Yeah, but going on to the other side, like if you don't have Dame, your second best player is Kuzma.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm gonna pick the Bucks though.
Okay.
And I think it's because all their advanced stats have gone up since Dame got hurt. And I don't know why that is. I think like Giannis is on like a superhuman tear. Like it would be the MVP if he plays the whole season type tear. And like all their offensive stats are up, all their defensive stats are up. Like and honestly, like I hope Dame doesn't come back. No hate towards Dame, of course. Like I hope he makes a full recovery. But like their defense is so much better without him.
Yeah.
And if he's coming off like a serious blood clot in his leg, if his mobility is restricted at all, Tyrese is gonna pick him apart.
And honestly, even if he doesn't come back, they do have Kevin Porter Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. has been playing very, very good basketball since Dame has gone down with injury. He dropped 20 on us in that 24-point comeback game. Like
yeah,
it was like he was a catalyst for that whole comeback. So he will be an X factor for the Bucks. But that's another thing. Like when it comes playoff time, you see it happen a lot. Like experience matters. And like I think this would be his first playoff series, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's played in a playoff series before.
Would he have?
He was on the Clippers before.
Played for the Clippers last season.
He was on the Cavs like a while ago. I don't think they were good when he was on the Cavs.
Let's assume it's his first playoff season. We'll get minutes.
Yeah, but that's a scary situation. But he's been balling though. So I mean, he's like that secondary. Honestly, he would probably be like their secondary ball handler, secondary scorer after Giannis.
Yeah, and Bobby Portis too is
And
coming
Bobby
back.
Portis,
He's going to play pretty well. Yeah.
Bobby Portis has been
So
playing pretty well.
I like the Bucks. They can't guard Giannis. Giannis can average 35. It's more like honestly like Giannis will probably cancel out points wise with like Tyrese and Siakam combined. Like it's probably going to be like what is Mathurin playing?
Mathurin should be playing.
Yeah, if Mathurin, Neesmith, Turner, Nemhard, all those people, like if they make like sizable impacts, then like players like Kuzma, Trent, and like all those like washed old used to be good in 2018 like role players will probably not be able to keep up. But
Benedict Mathurin is going to be huge because he didn't play in the playoffs last year for them.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his game. I think he can be an all-star in like the next like 3 years. He's pretty dirty.
He's dirty. All-star might be a bit much, but he's dirty for sure.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talent in the league. That is true.
Yeah.
I can't really say that. But yeah,
I like the Bucks though.
I can see it. I forgot that Kevin Porter Jr. was even on that team for a second. So once I realized that like if Dame's out, they still have him like that. They should be good on the scoring department on that side.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the West.
Yep, we can go to the West. We'll start with we could do Lakers Wolves.
All right, you got it, man.
I don't know, man. This is a hard series. Luka's gonna cook us. Like it's inevitable. That's gonna happen. But the thing is, the Lakers like front court, they can't do anything. Like their starting center is Jackson Hayes. Your power forward's Rui. So like you're gonna have to. Jackson Hayes isn't. Rudy's eating on that like all day. Rudy's also been on a tear recently. I don't know if you've seen his numbers recently. In the past like 3 or 4, he had Rudy Gobert. I think 2 games ago, if I'm not mistaken, it was against Brooklyn, obviously, but still 35-11. Rudy Gobert, 35 points and 11 rebounds.
My hoops knowledge right now is like 2 weeks old because I've been watching basketball because of concussion. But
before that, when we played the Bucks, he had 15 and 10. When we played the Nuggets, he had 19 and 12. When we played the Pistons, he had 19 and 25 when we played the Pistons. 19 points.
Here's the difference, right? I don't think Jackson Hayes is playing, bro.
Yeah, they'll start Vanderbilt.
And like they're gonna go so small, and they're gonna take Gobert out to the perimeter again, like they do every single time with Gobert. And you're gonna have Gobert guarding Rui Hachimura in the perimeter, and Rui's gonna make like 5 threes a game.
That's fine. Then you just that's when you bring in Naz Reid.
Naz Reid.
Yeah, that's when that's another concern for me as well because I was talking to another T-Wolves fan today, and Naz's defense, like especially the second part of the season, I was telling him this too. I think Naz like probably lost himself at least like $5 to $10 million in getting paid next season from like any team. He hasn't been shooting the ball well. He gets beat by everybody on the defensive and not even like guards. Obviously, he's a big man, so he's gonna get beat by guards, but he's getting beat by like power forwards on the daily. Like he can't stay in front of anyone. So like that's another thing. His defense needs to improve. But I think the X factor for us is gonna be Jaden, because if Jaden can, he's not gonna lock up Luka. Obviously, like that's not gonna happen. But if you can make his life hard and like just play the pick and roll really well, because what happens with Jaden when he guards Luka is Luka. Once he gets over the screen, he keeps Jaden on his hip, and then he gets him to foul trouble within like the first half. And then at that point, you have to put Nickeil Alexander-Walker on him. And Nickeil, he's a great defender, but he like gives up probably at least like 40 to 50 pounds on Luka. So Luka scores every time he guards him. And then you put Ant on Luka, Ant's gassed half the time on defense. Because he's trying to do everything offensively. But I think Jaden offensively is going to be huge for us. His shot making, like the second half of the season, improved a lot, especially his mid-range. He's found a way to kind of avoid standing in the corner and just chucking up threes, because I feel like that's what made him lose his confidence, just standing in the corner, waiting for the ball to come and just like shoot open threes over and over again. And he's a decent shooter. He's not like a great shooter or anything by any means, but he needed to find a way to get his confidence back. And he did that by crashing the glass, getting to his mid range, just getting to the paint and things like that. But I don't know. I could see us losing in like 5 games and every game being like very close, like kind of like what happened to us against the Mavs. But I can also see us sweeping them like what we did against the Suns. Like you think that we're not going to play good, but somehow Finch does something and then something happens. A sweep is not going to happen though. They have Luka and Braun, so they'll definitely win at least 2 games. But my prediction is this series goes to 7 and we win.
I'll pick the Lakers in 7.
Okay.
Only because I'm really worried about your defense past Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have
we're gonna have Julius and LeBron.
Yeah, you're gonna have Jaden on Luka, Julius on LeBron, and on Reeves, right?
Yeah.
So then you have Mike Conley on Rui Hachimura.
No, then we'd probably put Mike on Austin and then oh wow, that's even worse.
That's what I'm worried about, right? Because Mike on Austin, Reeves is getting 30 a game. Like Reeves has somehow gained the James Harden 2018 whistle.
He's the best. He's the best third option, and he's like the best third option in the league, bro. He's better than half the second options in the league.
He's nasty, bro. But my God, like
the whistle is crazy.
He's getting more foul calls than Shea, which is so wild to me. Like that shit. Like he went in the fourth quarter of the game where Luka got ejected. So we never did a pod on that game, but on the fourth quarter of the game that Luka got ejected,
when
Reeves went 0 for 4 from the field and 6 of 10 from the line in the fourth quarter.
What?
Like that was crazy. But anyways, that's what I'm worried about, right? Because like if you guys had like a capable defender, I'm not saying like a Jaden level defender. I'm saying like I don't know, like a step below Ant level defender.
You think maybe
it's doable?
Maybe starting Dante would be better?
For sure. But like then who's gonna run the offense?
Exactly. That's the thing, because Dante can't he's not someone that's able to run. That's why starting Nikhil could be like the best balance. Can
that Clark guy run the offense?
Huh? Jalen Clark?
Who's the
Clark? No. He's like a rookie right now still. Just started getting actual minutes second half of the season. So I don't even think Finch would even try. And then you have Rob. Rob hasn't gotten meaningful minutes in a long time. If you put
Terrence Shannon, bro.
Yes, Terrence Shannon could. He's kind
of. But he's never gonna get playing time.
He was getting playing time, and he had a groin injury, and he was out for 2 weeks, and then he came back a couple games ago and never broke the rotation. But
he fried us, bro.
Yeah, he was really good. But what the Timberwolves do a lot is after 4 or 5 minutes within the game, at the 7-minute mark, they'll take Mike Conley out and they'll bring Dante in, and then at that point Julius is running the offense, because what Julius is for us is kind of he's a point forward. The ball it starts with him, it goes through him. His vision is actually, it's pretty underrated. He's not a bad passer. I think he's kind of realized that the main thing that I used to complain about all the time was him just putting his back to the basket and just trying to do ISO bully ball. I think he realized that as soon as 2 defenders come to him, he's able to find the open man right away, and that just creates open shots on open shots. So if he's able to run the offense like he's been doing since he's come back, I think starting Dante could do a lot. Because then even if you start Dante, you can bring Nikhil off the bench. Dante's a plus defender, Nikhil's a plus defender, and then if both of them get into foul trouble, you bring in Clark for 10 minutes. But at that, I think benching Mike would probably
that would increase your chances by so much, because you have Luka and LeBron, who I think are 2 of the 3 smartest minds in basketball.
Yep.
And then you have JJ Redick, psychopath coach.
Yeah.
Who is probably salivating looking at Mike Conley pause on the corner, guarding Rui Hachimura. As there's so many options where you can give it to him down low. You can run the pick and roll with Luka, run the pick and roll with LeBron. There's so many things you can do with that fourth defender that, Finch is gonna have to make an adjustment or he'll get fired.
Yeah.
But that's my one thing. The plus side for you is that Ant is one of the biggest playoff risers in the sport. He plays so much better when the lights are bright. So it's gonna be so fun to see him average 36, just because he's gonna get all the shots that he wants, especially with this new 3-point shot throughout the season too.
Dude, you see, bro, Malik Beasley
tweeted,
he needs 7 threes, and then he was like, "I bet I'm gonna do you one better."
Yeah,
that was crazy. But Ant's been on a heater recently too. I think he's in that playoff mode. He had 43 last game. He had 35 the game before that. Against the Grizzlies, he had 44. Like
Yeah,
that
he's
boy,
locked in.
he's locked in right now. So as long as he just does what he needs to do, I mean, like he's the second best player on the floor after Luka, in my opinion. Third?
Yeah.
Nah. Second. He's better than Braun right now.
No, stop it. Don't be stupid. There's a better conversation to be had. LeBron's the best player on the floor.
Yeah, that is just like the attention that he just grabs and yeah. So you really
But
think they'll bench Jackson Hayes and they'll start Vanderbilt?
dude, once they realize, I mean, not Vanderbilt. I don't know, because like actually, I don't
Who's
know,
their
bro. Because Vanderbilt can't shoot. Like that guy is terrible.
yeah? Who's their backup big?
UMD alum Alex Len.
Oh wow.
He doesn't get burned at all. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if they play Rui at the 5 and start Dalton, because then you truly get 5 out,
Yeah,
and then
Gobert would get
Rudy's fucked. Yeah.
yeah. Rudy's cooked at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, because I remember, what's his face, Ty Lue, when he played like Marcus Morris or whatever, at the 5 and completely fried Gobert in that playoff series. Everyone's been doing it to him since then.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but I mean, Gobert could make life really difficult for Redick if he just demands the ball on the post and starts dunking on people, because like he's stronger than Rui by so much. He just jam it on him, but
he's
like
also like 7'3". I don't get it, bro. He gets the ball in the post, he stands there and he just does a layup. I'm like, bro, just dunk over the person.
yeah, if he did that, then like it's cooked. Like he can't make the sub then.
Yeah, that's why I think if Nas plays good, it would help us a lot because that would open up a lot of opportunities offensively, and if he's locked in defensively, that would help even like 10 times better. But I think, in my opinion, this is probably like I think it's like the second best series. I think the first one is
The next one,
yeah.
yeah,
The next one is people are underrating the
peak
Clippers.
peak basketball, bro. Fuck, I'm
Yeah.
picking the Clippers.
I am picking the Clippers too.
Yeah,
I'll run it down, dude. So first you have Kawhi and Harden both playing at elite levels right now. You have James Harden who's like playing like he's in his prime, and then at the same time your third option is Norman Powell. Like, bro can give you 20, he can give you 30 any game, and then you have to deal with Zubac down low. Like
the Jokic stopper.
And then they also have very great like on ball defenders too. Chris Dunn is probably like a top 10 perimeter defender this season. He's been amazing for them. So he can give if Jamal Murray sees a good defender. I mean, he just shuts down. So Chris Dunn could definitely shut down Jamal. I could see that happening. The Nuggets' depth scares me a lot. They fired their coach first of all, so that's another thing. Like you're in the midst of like trying to just rebuild. I don't know what they're doing, but you fired your coach that won you a championship. So that's already like team chemistry down going into the playoffs. So that's pretty crazy there.
Nah, Jokic said they woke the beast up.
Wow. Yeah, dude, this Clippers team is deep, bro. You got Bogdanovich on the bench. You have Batum. Batum is still a very high IQ player. Amir Coffey. They have Ben Simmons still. Who knows? Ben Simmons could pop off in the playoffs.
Bro, we gotta mention like a fuck ton of players before we get to Ben Simmons, bro. We gotta start talking about Cam Christie. You guys start talking about Jordan Miller.
Derek Jones Jr. Didn't even mention
Jones.
DJJ. He's probably their second best defender. Great 3-point shooter too in the playoffs. Apparently, he just goes off.
This is contingent on help, by the way, because I'm only picking the Clippers if Kawhi's back. Because like
without Kawhi,
Kawhi since like All-Star break, bro.
Yeah,
this guy's been on a tear, like all NBA pace. He won't make it because he didn't play enough games. But like he's been so fun to watch. Like last game against the Warriors, he was elite. He wouldn't miss.
Even Harden, bro. Harden's been.
But Harden's been at All-Star pace the whole season, though.
Yeah,
like he's just been back. And your Norm, who's like not been as good recently because Kawhi's been so much better. But
still season averages at like 21 points a game because at the beginning of the season he was averaging like 26.
Yeah, great third option. You have Zubac, who's on like, bro. I used to hate on Zubac so much with Luka's frying him every playoffs, but like he's really turning it around. Like if we're talking most improved player, bro, like these are the kind of people the award should go to. Like with all due respect to Dyson Daniels, who was the 7th overall pick, Cade Cunningham, the 1st overall pick, like we expect these people to improve. But Zubac is like genuinely a castaway on the Lakers. Comes to the Clippers. like gets fried by the same dude over and over again in the playoffs, makes memes about him. Then he comes back and like drops 20 and 16 every night. Like that's what the award should go to, realistically. But
Then,
I mean,
like going on to the Nugget side, I don't like the only person that is going to consistently give them something is Jokic.
you're
I'm
not a Christian Brown fan?
no, I am not a huge basketball.
Really?
I that every time I
I
watch
think
him
he's
play
good.
I get pissed off every time I watch him play basketball. I don't know why. He just pisses me off. But like they're gonna need a big Aaron Gordon series, I guess, if they want to win if Kawhi's healthy. Because I'm not
Yeah,
trusting Michael Porter Jr. either. He hasn't really
yeah.
been great for them. Jamal, like very on and off. Other than that championship run, he was good during the championship run, but like last playoffs, he wasn't great at all. Other than the Lakers, obviously. So like he's not playing the Lakers first round either. So I mean he could shit the bed there. Your best player coming off the bench is are they starting Russ now?
No.
They're starting Jalen Pickett?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think. Wait, no. They're it's Jamal, Christian Brown,
Oh
MPJ,
yeah,
Aaron
yeah,
Gordon, Jokic.
yeah.
Yeah. But wait, I think MPJ has become underrated, bro. Like he like this season's been 18 points a game on 50 40. I don't know if either percentage off my top of my head. 50 40
39 and a
85.
half. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 39 and a half line, 50 39 and a half. But he's been like solid, bro. Like he's probably been like their second most consistent player.
He tends to disappear in the playoffs though.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah, that I'll give you.
last season.
But this season, like, no, I can only judge it by this season, right? Because I don't want to. I don't want to start putting names of people who only been 1 year in the playoffs.
Mhm.
But I think, like, if he can give you that same 18 to 20 points a game, and if Jamal Murray like becomes playoff Jamal Murray again, like the Clippers are in for a rough one. The reason I'm picking the Clippers though is just like it's too many pieces, and Jokic hasn't really figured them out yet. Like
Yeah.
I know 23, 12, and like 7 as like very, very, very good numbers, but when you're considering the man averages like 30, 13, and 10, like you're missing about like 13 points
Yeah.
in
And
like
then
total offense that he's missing
bro,
out on.
you have Kawhi that's at like even like I think he's played 37 games this season. He's averaged 22 points on 50% shooting and 41% from the three. Like
Yeah.
and still like his defense is it's not like the Kawhi defense that it used to be, but it's still very above average defense.
Yeah. And if you need one stop, bro, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he needs to lock in and defensively, he'll lock in and he'll give you hell. So that's
Yeah.
another thing. But I agree. I think the Clippers, I think they match up really well against the Nuggets too. I think as like when you have a center that just has size like that, and they have size overall, like from start to bottom. They're a very long team. Pause. But I think overall, like when the Nuggets come across a team that's bigger than them and that play the Clippers also like to play fast. They like to mix it like with half court sets and also pace. Zubac is really good at running the floor. So that's gonna be something that Jokic is gonna need to be in like really good shape because that boy's gonna have to go back and forth at like almost every single time up and down the court. So that's another thing. But I think the Clippers win in 6.
Ooh, I gotta go in 7
You gotta go
for
7.
sure.
I got
Yo,
6.
Jokic, nah, I like I can't I cannot let him go out in 7, you know? Like he's like like he's gonna have a game where he has like 43, 22, and 17 or
He
something.
dropped a 60-point triple double and lost.
Yeah. I
He
don't know, bro.
could drop 70. Kawhi could drop like 25. Harden could drop 30, and they'll still lose.
Yeah, no. It's terrible, bro. I hope he requests a trade. He doesn't care about basketball enough to request a trade, but I
Yeah,
hope he does.
he's getting paid $200 million a year, bro. He already won a championship. I think. How old is he? He's about to be 30, right?
He's 30 right now, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's probably gonna retire at like 34.
Dude, but I really like. I want to see him and Luca play together, bro. They're so close. Like it's his only friend in the league. Like
That
I hope they play
defense
together.
would be atrocious, but they would average like 145 points a game.
It's like it would low key be unfair,
Just
but
give them like a good shooting power forward, and then your small forward and shooting guard are just like really great perimeter defenders, and then they'll be set.
yeah.
Like your power forward has to be like a 3-and-D sharpshooter. Like who who could
3 and D sharpshooter Cam Johnson.
Yeah, like Cam Johnson at your 4, and then you got like a lockdown 2 and then a lockdown 3, and then you're straight right there.
Get Andre Roberson out of retirement. Put him on that team.
That's dude. If they play together, that league would be cooked. It would be raps.
I think it'd be fried, bro.
But I have a question before we end. Who do you think in the West would give the Thunder the hardest time, other than the Lakers? Because I know like other than like the Thunder, everyone says like the Lakers are probably the second most threatening team to make it to the finals. But who do you think would give you guys the hardest time?
That's a good question.
Would you be scared if you had to play the Clippers?
No,
not at all.
No, like I'd be more scared of y'all than the Clippers. Warriors probably.
The Warriors?
Only because like a prior history, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even like who they are right now. It's just like seeing Golden State on the side of the playoff series against the Thunder. I get very terrified.
How about
like?
Memphis?
No. Wait, I think we beat Memphis by like an average of 20 points this season.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It's just tough because they had to either put Edie on Hardenstein or Chet. So like once that man has to start moving, it's cooked.
Yeah.
Like he's best against players who just are stationary, who just don't do anything. He's
obviously like not like very efficient at like rim running. That's not what he's like good at, but in my opinion, it's like an underrated aspect. Like people think that he just can't move at all, but it's not true. Like he can get up and down the court, but he'll be gassed after a couple plays, but he'll give you those like maybe 4 or 5 possessions like every quarter where like he'll run down, do something. But
just keeping up with Chet's a different game, bro. Because he's actually like he's like a KD build who's like playing center.
They put Jaren Jackson Jr. on Chet, 100%.
Once Jaren gets in foul trouble, it's free money, bro.
Dude, he cannot stop fouling, bro.
I know.
He picked up 3 fouls in a span of like 3 minutes, and like 2 of them were the dumbest reaching fouls I've ever seen in my life. Like it's been a problem ever since he's came in the league, and he's been in the league for like 6 years.
Like let me read out these scores to you. First game 130 to 106. Next game 125 to 112. Next game 120 to 100. Next game 125 to 104.
Yeah, bro, they weren't even like within like 10 points at all.
Yeah.
So I think the Warriors would be probably just because of Steph too, man.
Just Steph and Jimmy Butler, of course.
Yeah, and Draymond's defense. Who do you think is gonna win Depoy?
Mobley.
I saw something where like Draymond is favored right now.
I think Mobley shot back up, bro.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I heard the ringer guys are all voting for Lou Dort, which is pretty interesting.
You think he'll make an all defensive team this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think in my first team finally. Like it's been years. Honestly, bro, this might be one of those like lesser defensive seasons. But like
because they can't have Wemby on first team, so that already opens up another spot.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I guess we can talk about this. It's gonna be Mobley, Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, and then you have 2 more spots, right? I go Amen and Dort.
Yeah, I can see that. That's good. Yeah,
that would be my team.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we'll probably go into more of the awards later during this week because sometime between like Friday and Saturday, there's like a day where there's no games before the actual playoffs start. So that day we'll release an episode with all the awards. But yeah, I think we talked about all the games that we wanted to talk about. We'll probably talk about like the actual like 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7 on Friday when like the play-ins are done. Probably go through those. But yeah, we'll have another episode release Saturday. And yeah, just stay hyped for the playoffs. Peace
out.